administration suffered dissension after only 8 days, forcing a declaration of an American protectorate to save the new order.
Today at 9 a.m., in accordance with the request of Provisional Government of Hawaii, I have placed Government of Hawaii under the United States protection. The Hawaiian pear is now fully ripe, and this is the golden hour for the United States to pluck it.
Once the Queen had ceded her authority to the United States, the Claudine steamship set sail for San Francisco with 5 provisional government commissioners on board, carrying the message that Hawaii's ready to be annexed. The Queen's commissioners are denied passage. They have to wait some 2 weeks for a regular steamship. All the more reason why the commissioners, who are on their way with great speed to Washington, must get there, negotiate an annexation treaty with the Harrison administration, and get it ratified by the Senate. That, of course, was not to be. On March 4th, Benjamin Harrison leaves office, and Grover Cleveland, friend of the Queen, is inaugurated. 5 days later, he withdraws the annexation treaty from the Senate. And at the same time, Cleveland decides to send Georgia Congressman James Blunt to Hawaii to investigate.
On the 29th of March, I reached the city of Honolulu. I directed the removal of the flag of the United States from the government building and the return of the American troops to their vessels.
Hawaiians believed in the months following the overthrow that America would right the wrong.
Blunt continues to do his investigation, and after a long period of time, interviewing many, many dozens of people, he sends his dispatches to Washington, D.C.
Mr. Blunt states that while at Honolulu, he did not meet a single annexationist who expressed willingness to submit the question of annexation to a vote of the people.
Suppose the question of annexation were submitted to the people of these islands. What would be the result of the vote?
It would be overwhelmingly defeated.
We resent the presumption of being transferred like a flock of sheep or bartered like a horde of savages. And we cannot believe that our friends of the great and just American nation could tolerate annexation by force against the wishes of the majority of the population. For such an annexation would be an eternal dishonor.
Now, during this period, the Blunt report is being excerpted in newspapers throughout the United States.
The government of Hawaii has been stolen and offered to the United States by the thieves. What is the duty of our government? Accept the stolen goods?
The provisional government then begins to dig in its heels and to say, we are now the only government here, and you Americans, you stay out of this. You are interfering in the internal affairs of our country.
Speaker, the House is not in order.
Back on the continent, Cleveland is undergoing a great attack in the Congress and the newspapers.
Never before now has an American executive undertaken in any part of the world to stamp out republicanism and to set up monarchy. How would he like to have Washington City governed by the Negro population of the district?
Carried to its logical extreme, the president's contention would restore this continent to the Indian.
Executive Mansion, December 18, 1893. The provisional government owes its existence to an armed invasion by the United States. By an act of war, the government of a friendly and confiding people has been overthrown. A substantial wrong has thus been done, which we should endeavor to repair.
Ma